Guys, I've been through divorce twice, 2 times. So I know a thing or two about surviving divorce, and that's exactly what we're talking about this week on Rebuilding Me Brick by Brick. I'm Sal DiGuardia. Surviving Divorce Part 1. This is the first part in our series within a series, and what I'm sharing with you this week is the difference between my first divorce and my second divorce, and how I shifted my thoughts and feelings from being self-destructive to actually reconciling with my second wife after my second divorce. So let's talk about the first time through. I was a complete mess. It was a total shit show. I was in such a bad headspace and so far off the reservation that in a drunken stupor, I stole a gun, I called my ex-wife, ran around town threatening suicide, and I woke up the next morning to find the SWAT team at my door and spent the next 24 hours in psych eval. Not ideal at all. The second time around, things went much better, but I still had a lot to learn about myself. Good news though, SWAT team has not been back. But I'm sure you're wondering, what made the difference? What did I do differently to survive divorce the second time around? So a few things. One of the things that I started doing was getting back in the studio and actually helping other people create music. I played a little golf, not very well, but I played. And although you wouldn't know it today, I actually did get back into exercising daily. Really, it was just the stuff that I enjoyed doing. And I enjoyed helping other people, which was another avenue that I found that was super productive. But what I found really just about less than a year after the second divorce was that I could have done all of those things while I was still married to my second wife. And it was not her fault that I wasn't pursuing those things when we were married. If you're just in the first few weeks or maybe months after your divorce, or maybe it's been a little while but you're still in a funk, just try to get back to some of the things that you really enjoyed doing. Remember 5 years ago, 10 years ago, remember some of those things that you used to really enjoy. Find a counselor. Now, I know this is probably where I'm going to lose a lot of you, and that's okay. If you're truly not interested in getting your life back on track and rebuilding you, then I'll go ahead and wait while you scroll around for another Flat Earther video. Oh, are you back? And guys, I get it. You may not be ready to open up to a counselor just yet, and that's fine. But please allow me at least to introduce you to The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. This is one of the books that for me really started to unlock some of those doors and allow me to start moving forward in ways that I never had before in my life. This copy I picked up at a local bookstore used for less than $10. You can probably do the same or just jump on Amazon. The link is down in the description. And do me a favor while you're there, go ahead and subscribe. And remember, subscribe is good, but the bell is even better. All right, now for those of you that are not too cool to go see a counselor, go find a counselor. And guys, it really doesn't matter if it's a male or female counselor, but what I would maybe recommend is don't go with such a hot female counselor. That maybe could put you in a position where you just might not have the best intentions in your sessions, may not get the most value out of it, and truth be told, you'll probably just be there fantasizing about your make-believe relationship, just not healthy. Find time to process emotions. And that may be something that's completely foreign to you, and I totally get it. It was totally foreign to me as well. But thinking back, I think in my second divorce, I was much more aware of how I was feeling and how that was affecting my thoughts. And look, quite honestly, coming out of the first divorce, I was pissed, I was angry, I was frustrated, I was mad at the world, I was mad at her, and I just wanted to basically sleep with as many women as possible. But in my second divorce, again, I was just a little bit more aware of how I was feeling, and I was actually breathing through and allowing emotions to come in and just kind of feeling through it, instead of blocking it out and just, covering that up with anger and just being frustrated all the time. Now, one of the other things was I started spending more time with friends, which was great, in and of itself, but we were spending a lot of time in bars. And what I found with my friendships is that I really just wanted to spend time with them, maybe in a more private setting and not so distracted. Now, once I finally got to the place where I realized, okay, I'm not really that interested in just chasing women and blowing my time and my money on stuff that doesn't matter, I actually got back to the stuff that I really enjoyed. From the time that I was a kid, I wanted to make music. And so I got together with other people that wanted to make music, and I helped them pursue their dreams. We tossed around song ideas, we started the recording process, and for one of those people, we're actually still today recording music together for their upcoming album. And I also took the opportunity to learn something totally new for me, which was podcasting. Now, I have a background in radio, in broadcasting as an on-air personality, and I've got a buddy that knew I was kind of messing around with home studio stuff, but he didn't really know to what extent. And he said, hey, I've got an idea for a podcast. So let's see what we can do. Truth, I knew nothing about podcasting as far as the mechanics go, but I figured it couldn't be that far from producing a radio program. So after a few long nights of research, I gathered together what I thought was going to work for him. We put that plan into motion, and within just 2 months, his show was picked up by the MLB Network and Fox. So the rest is history with that one. But again, it's just another example of putting energy towards stuff that matters and stuff that I was really starting to enjoy. And what I found is by helping other people achieve their dreams, that actually brought me a tremendous amount of joy. I also looked for opportunities to just encourage businesses, people that maybe I didn't even know that well. People I knew on Facebook, but I've never really met in person. And I would just show up and find ways to support them and encourage them. I got together with a guy that I didn't know at all. We became fast friends and started organizing support groups all over town to help parents going through high conflict divorce. Being involved in those support groups, not only did those grow more than just the state of Arizona, but they started popping up in states all over the country. And it really led to the bulk of the biggest shift for me personally, which was my involvement in that group introduced me to and allowed me the opportunity to start working with Dorsey Pruder of the Conscious Co-Parenting Institute in Los Angeles, California. During the 6 months that I was working with her side by side, she really helped me to uncover some of the things that I had been struggling with since I was a kid that was keeping me stuck and held back. Working through the pain of my parents' divorce and going through that experience, and my dad's attempted suicide when he took at 22, put it to his chin, pulled the trigger, and actually lived through it. And this is really just a small peek at some of the things that we worked through that she helped me to uncover so that I could begin just enjoying life again. But listen, guys, none of that happens if I don't start putting myself out there. So I know it's scary, and I know you may even be a little bit intimidated reaching out to maybe business owners, right? Because you're not at the same stage of life. Like, I get that part. But if you want to talk about scary, Tinder is scary. You swipe right, you show up, you don't know what's standing behind the door when they open it, or what discoveries you're going to make the morning after. Listen, the first few days, weeks, or even months after your divorce, you're going to make some bonehead mistakes. I know I did. I still do, even after reconciling with my second wife. So yes, 2 wives, 3 marriages, 2 divorces. I wanted to go back to that for a second just to give you an opportunity to catch up. My second wife, after I divorced her, she came to me and just let me know that she really cared about me. She had let me go in her heart and said, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. But the truth is, we were meant to be. And that's some of the work that I needed to do on my own as well, is understand that this is exactly the person that I'm supposed to be with. So I'm thankful for that. And just so that you know too, nothing's impossible. So you don't know that reconciliation isn't right around the corner. So maybe if you are just in that initial phase, or it's been a little while, but you're still kind of getting past the initial realness of the divorce, it's really starting to set in. Just try to get back to some of the stuff that you used to love instead of, like me, first time around and a little bit the second time around, spinning your wheels, not being productive. Keep your friends really close, but also keep yourself in an environment where you know you've got the best chance of being the best you that you can be. Subscribe is good, bell is even better. Do me a favor, flip your phone for me right now, and don't forget to pick up your copy of The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And just so that we're 100% clear, I do not yet qualify for an affiliate program with Amazon, so I'm not making a nickel off of it. That truly is one of the books that has changed my life. You'll find the link below in the description. And I'll see you on the next Rebuilding Me Brick by Brick.